Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to tell you about my very favorite cartoons. So I'm going to tell you about my favorite cartoon TV shows and my favorite animated films. We're going to start off with the TV shows, then I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite anime films. And then we will jump into some Disney and Pixar and all of that as well, because you have to have Disney on a list of your favorite cartoons. These are not really in any particular order, so let's just jump right in. One of my favorite cartoon TV shows is Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is weird, okay? It's really weird. It's about these two young twins who are visiting their grunkle Stan in a little town called Gravity Falls, and all this weird stuff starts happening. There are weird creatures and monsters that appear. There are like gnomes and unicorns and weird monsters and all kinds of strange stuff that is happening. And so the twins set out to solve the mystery of Gravity Falls. If I had to pick a very favorite cartoon TV show, it would probably be Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have rewatched it over and over and over, and it's just so good. This is about young people some of whom have the ability to manipulate elements. So you have airbenders, waterbenders, firebenders, and earthbenders, and they can manipulate those elements to make it do what they want it to do. So the Avatar is the only one who is able to manipulate all four elements, and he's like the chosen one who's going to save the world from war. These young people go on a quest to help the Avatar learn to manipulate all four of the elements. And of course they have adventures. It's very funny. There are so many deep themes in this series and so many really heartfelt moments and lots of character development. I mean, the stories there's just so much good stuff in there. It's not just for kids. Like, this really, really would appeal to adults, which, is why it appealed to me. I also do like Legend of Korra. I thought it was pretty good, but I don't love it as much as Avatar: The Last Airbender. This next one might be a little embarrassing, but I don't care. It's My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. You might think that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. I'm sure that show is so silly and stupid and childish. I don't care. I really don't care. There really are a lot of good plot devices in this, and character development and growth and stuff. And yes, it is for little kids, and that definitely shows in the plot and everything. But it also has a lot of really interesting storylines and a lot of really cool like magic setup and stuff. There's just so much going on in there. Again, a lot of deep themes that would appeal to adults, a lot of character development and a lot of character interactions and stuff. I know it seems like this is the silliest thing, but I love it. I have rewatched it 5 or 6 times now, and I'm still rewatching it. I'm on season 4 right now, rewatching it for the 5th or 6th time. I've completely lost count. And of course, my favorite character is Twilight Sparkle, because she's smart and she loves to read, so she reads like an insane amount. So of course I identify with her the most. Another favorite is Kim Possible. This is kind of a little more of a retro cartoon TV show. I loved Kim Possible when I was a kid. I still love it. I'm re-watching through it again right now. Kim Possible is just so spunky. Like, she is, I don't know, she's just so energetic and vibrant, and she is ready to solve that mystery and go after that bad guy. And it's just good old-fashioned fun. I feel like Carmen Sandiego is kind of the new Kim Possible. She's out there on adventures, doing impossible stunts and, with grappling hooks and all kinds of junk, trying to stop the bad guys and save the day and solve the mystery. And there are puzzles and codes and all kind of good stuff in this one. She has her sidekicks who help her, and it goes a lot into like her backstory of how she first became a thief and then how she reformed. Oh man, just so many good things in Carmen Sandiego that I kind of are the reasons that I also loved Kim Possible. So love both of those shows. Next, I have a couple of anime TV shows. I really love Ouran High School Host Club. Now this is such a dumb show, okay? It is so dorky, and there are so many things in here where I'm like rolling my eyes. Come on, that was stupid, that was idiotic. But somehow, I just love this show. Somehow, I just keep coming back. It's about a young woman, and she joins this club. She is a scholarship student, a poor scholarship student, in this very rich, elite private school. So there are these really funny interactions where all the rich students are just fascinated by her strange commoner ways. It's really funny and dorky. It's great. The next one on this list breaks my heart every time I watch it. It's Your Lie in April. Of course, this is one of my favorites because it's all about a pianist. His mother has passed away and he has not touched the piano since she died. But then he meets a young violinist who needs a piano to accompany her. And she convinces him to give the piano another try. And through their relationship, he begins to heal from this grief about his mother passing, and he begins to find solace and comfort again in music and kind of discover this piece of himself again. So it's so beautiful. But, you know, there's also kind of a lot of darkness in there because there's a lot of grief and everything and sickness. And so it's just so heart-wrenching and so beautiful. I love the music in this show. Wonderful. A favorite movie that I recently discovered, and I've already watched it 3 times, is Mary and the Witch's Flower. This one's currently on Netflix, I believe. Young Mary discovers a magical flower that enables her to, use magic, and then she is mistaken for a witch who has inherent magic, and she's sent to a witch's school because they think that she's a witch and that she has magic, but really it's just the effects of this flower. Over time, the effects wear off, and then she's terrified that they're going to discover that she really doesn't have magic. And what is she going to do? It's really imaginative and fun. I just really enjoy it. Another favorite is The Song of the Sea. This is about 2 children, and their mother is a Selkie. So their mother became a human and came on land and married their father and had a bunch of kids, and then she went back to the sea to become a seal again. And so they're sort of grieving for this loss of their mother, and they're trying to discover, is there a way that we can bring her back? And so there's all these old Celtic legends about Selkies and stuff that's woven into the story. It's really, really beautiful. The animation is just so magical. This is such a pretty one. And now we get into Studio Ghibli. Ghibli, I never know how to say it, but I love a lot of their movies. My very favorite Studio Ghibli movie is absolutely, without a doubt, Kiki's Delivery Service. Kiki is just so cute. She's so fun. She is a witch and she is leaving home for the first time to sort of do like an apprenticeship or something to make her way in the world and figure out her special talent. And so she starts a delivery service where she makes deliveries on her broom. This story has a lot of deep themes about friendship and identity and what it is that inspires you to have confidence in yourself. There's so many beautiful storylines and plot lines and imaginative, magical things in Kiki. It's just fun and it's just adorable. I love it. My second favorite Studio Ghibli movie is From Up on Poppy Hill. This is about a young girl whose father was lost at sea, and so her family is kind of trying to find their footing again now that her father is gone. She and her sister go to school, and they meet other children, and it turns out that one of these other kids, their father knew her father. So anyway. It's really lovely to see her connecting with her schoolmates and forming just these friendships with them. And then there's kind of this mystery about her father's past. There was like an old shipmate of his, and so there's this old mystery about that. This is such an emotional movie, and there's so many wonderful character connections. I just love it. My next 2 favorites are kind of companions. They're separate stories, but they slightly overlap. These are Whisper of the Heart and The Cat Returns. In Whisper of the Heart, a young girl is trying to find inspiration to write a novel. And then in The Cat Returns, there's a young girl who saves the life of the Prince of Cats. And in order to thank her, she is taken to the Kingdom of Cats and she's trying to escape. But there's only one cat that can help her to escape. Both of these are really imaginative and fun, both in their own ways. They're very different stories. One of them is more fantasy and the other one is more realistic. Both of these are really just delightful. They're so enchanting. The next one is The Secret World of Arrietty. This is a retelling of The Borrowers by Mary Norton. Everything in Arrietty's world is so tiny and she herself is so delicate. I just love the way that this world of The Borrowers is displayed and the imaginative little things, like they use a thimble for something, you know, I don't know. Or they use a needle like as a sword and stuff. All these tiny little things from The Borrowers world are brought to life in the Arrietty movie. It's so cute. I'm not going to mention every single Ghibli movie, but some of my other favorites are Castle in the Sky. I like that one. Spirited Away, When Marnie Was There, The Wind Rises, My Friend Totoro. Totoro is so cute. And of course, the amazing Howl's Moving Castle. With Howl's Moving Castle, I have to imagine like it's something totally different from the book because it really is so different from the book. So I just imagine like this is just something totally separate. It has nothing to do with the book, and then I can be okay with it because they just change so many things. And now we're gonna jump in with some Disney and some Pixar movies that are my favorites. Probably my favorite Disney movie of all time is Beauty and the Beast. And I'll give you one reason why. That gorgeous library. Guys, the library. Oh, it's so wonderful. I mean, I love the rest of Beauty and the Beast too, but man, that library, that's what pushes it over the top and makes it my very, very favorite. Also, I just really identify with Belle. She is bookish and curious and, you know, interested in things. And she feels like she doesn't fit in with the rest of the world, you know? So I really do identify with Belle. She's fantastic. Another favorite is The Incredibles, both the first one and Incredibles 2. I love me a good superhero story, and the fact that they added in all those wonderful family relationships, the sibling rivalry, and the mom and dad, and like just everything about that is so fantastic. I mean, what could be better than a superhero family? I really can't think of anything better in the superhero universe than to have a family like The Incredibles. They are incredible. Now, I do love Monsters, Inc., but I actually love Monsters University even more. Somehow I am always drawn to school stories, especially if it's like college or a boarding school or something where people are thrown together a lot in like roommate situations and stuff like that. And so that's why I think I like Monsters University even more than Monsters, Inc. Also, it is just so cool to see origin stories for many of the characters that we already know from Monsters, Inc. So, Monsters University, it's awesome. I had not previously thought of WALL-E as one of my favorite movies, but I recently re-watched it, and it seems like every time I watch it, I find a deeper theme and like another layer to the story. And WALL-E himself is such a beautiful, heartfelt character. Like he's so full of love, and he's just a little machine guy. Oh, every time I watch WALL-E, I actually love it more. The first time I watched WALL-E, I was just like, oh, that was cute, that was nice, whatever. But the more times that I go back and rewatch it, the more it just becomes solidly one of my very favorite movies. I really love the old-timey, you know, the old Disney cartoons. I love Cinderella. That's one of my favorites. I recently rewatched it, dubbed over in Spanish, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a bilingual moment here and watch Cinderella in Spanish. It's Cenicienta in Spanish. And I love Sleeping Beauty. I feel like Aurora herself doesn't really have that much dialogue. She doesn't really do very much, you know? But the parts that she does have, I really like. Another old one that I like is Robin Hood. I think it's just so cute. All those little animal characters, they're just so adorable. I love Robin Hood. I love the Robin Hood story anyway, so to have it redone with all these animal characters is just perfect. Another one with animal characters that I really love is The Great Mouse Detective. So it's sort of like a parody of Sherlock Holmes. You know, you have the Dr. Watson character, the Holmes type character. It's just adventurous and fun from start to finish. I think this is one of those movies where it's really overlooked a lot, but there are so many good moments and good scenes and really wonderful animation in this one. Of course, I have to include The Little Mermaid in this one. The Little Mermaid has so many good songs. Like, the songs in this are really witty, the lyrics are really fun, the melodies are really memorable. I just love The Little Mermaid. Another great one is The Lion King. I remember when I was 13 or 14 maybe, I don't know, maybe I was younger, I was about 12, something, when The Lion King first came out, and I was obsessed with the music of The Lion King. I was completely obsessed with it. I thought that I had just never heard anything more beautiful than some of those songs. And I think that was when I really started to realize this is what I want to do with my life, is I want to do music. I want to be a musician. And I was just so touched and somehow like deep in my soul, guys, by the Lion King music. I know that sounds really, really dumb, but you know, when you're a kid, things can influence you very deeply and you don't quite understand why, you know. But looking back on that now as an adult, I can realize that was really the beginning of me understanding the depth of music in my identity. Another favorite one is Aladdin. I had a big crush on Aladdin when I was a kid. That's another one with wonderful music and just funny one-liners and interesting characters and everything. Aladdin is just fantastic. You know, I still have not watched the new live action version, and I am gonna watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I've been really busy. But I'll be interested to see how the live action matches up to, you know, the old favorite. Some slightly newer Disney ones. I do love Moana. Again, guys, with the music, man, Moana has so many good songs. Every time that I've rewatched Moana, I end up crying. When certain people, I'm not gonna, no spoilers, but when certain people die, I end up crying. When certain people are like restored to their previous identity, you know what I'm talking about, I cry then. I just bawl like a baby because it's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. And I love the humor in this one and the rich culture of and everything. Moana is fantastic. You guys know. Moana's great. Another one with this rich culture is Brave. I just love that rich Celtic setting and everything. I love the Will-o'-the-wisps. You know, those are so much fun. Brave really is very whimsical, but again, it's all about family connection. I love stuff with family connection and siblings and mothers and daughters and all that kind of good stuff. I just adore Brave because of that developing relationship between mother and daughter. Another movie where the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, that was cute, whatever. But every time I rewatch it, I love it more and more, is Inside Out. This is where the emotions are inside the girl and they're reacting to stuff that she does. Every time I watch it, there's another layer to the story. Every time I watch it, I think of more deep, like psychological themes that are going on and emotional things that are happening. Every time I watch it, I just find something else to love in it. And of course I cry every time. Every time the emotions get me and I cry through most of the movie. And the last one on my list is one that is so funny and so gorgeous, Zootopia. I know it's kind of dorky, but I just love Zootopia. It has a lot of really good ideas and really good like moral themes about acceptance and friendship. I just love the character development and the plot and the mystery and the action. And I especially love Judy Hopps. Little Judy is so full of enthusiasm and innocence, and I just love her story. I just love her character. It's so much fun. And those are my favorite cartoons, both TV shows and movies. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know, what is your favorite cartoon? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.